Welcome to Easy English by Eddie Singh, and today we are going to explore on one of the burning social issues, Indian cinema and its responsibility. Well, children, Indian cinema has been an important means of entertainment and communication. It is a means of mass communication. A large number of audience get interacted to Indian cinema and gets entertained through it. But the fact is that it has been a means of both education and entertainment in the recent days. Indian cinema has always been a subject of discussion these days. The fact that it has been influencing our society in several different ways. It is not only affecting the youth, it is also affecting our years old cultural heritage. It is also affecting our social bonding. The fact that most of the old Indian cinemas have been focusing on the subject matter such as social issues like dowry, untouchability, and gender disparity. They have always created an impact on the Indian society through their messages. There have been certain films like Achut Kanya, Dori, The Haze, and Koi Duniya Mane Ya Na Mane. These three films were made on the subject matter of social messages, social problems, and therefore those cinemas during the 60s or 70s created an impact on the mind of the people. But in the recent days, Indian cinema has undergone a dramatic change.
Yes, sir.
Well, over the years, cinema has lost its educative and social aspects. We come across several demerits. Now, the modern Indian cinema, particularly the Bollywood films, have been doing their work for highlighting two important subjects. They have been emphasizing on sex and violence, which negatively affects our youth and younger generation. The deviation of Indian cinema from its social responsibility is a matter of concern. The growing tendency of the filmmakers to exploit, sex and violence in their films has really been a negative impact on the modern generation. Basically, the filmmakers are trying to make commercial films. As a result, they are focusing their attention on attracting the audience to entertainment rather than creating any social message for the people. And this is negatively affecting our youth and the society. The Indian filmmakers must understand that they have an accountability to the society. They must understand they have a responsibility to the society. They cannot ignore their greater responsibility to the greater masses through this mass communication. Therefore, they must realize that every film that they are making must convey certain messages to the society. And particularly, they should focus their attentions to certain burning issues of the society, such as illiteracy, violence against women, racial discrimination, religious fanaticism, terrorism, Naxalism, etc. They should focus their attention on the problems of unemployment and the youth rather than attracting the youth to sex and violence, because the effect of highlighting sex and violence and drugs in the film is directly influencing the younger generation, and they are getting inspired by the activities done in the film, and they resort to copying and imitating the same acts of violence. In the recent days, youth have been inspired with certain films, and they have taken up, they have resorted to the acts of kidnapping the children, and earning money through that means. So acts of violence shown in the film has negative impact on the mind of the youth. Therefore, the filmmakers must understand their greater responsibility. They must know that they have to show certain things which should have a positive impact on the mind of the children. And so they should educate the masses through their films, and of course they should entertain the greater masses. The government has already censored some of the films which are basically not to be shown in the cinema halls. The youth basically copy the things done in film. They imitate the actions of the heroes, thinking that they are the real hero of the society. But the fact is that these films are fictitious. They should understand that cinema is basically a means of education and entertainment. Therefore, the filmmakers must understand their worthy purpose of bringing change in the society through the films that they make. So in nutshell, we can say that the Indian cinema must focus their attention on the subjectivity of their plot and its story, instead of creating over romanticism in their films. They should rather bring out the problems such as dowry, death, social issues such as illiteracy, ignorance, and violence against women, rather than creating lot of attraction towards sex and violence, because that will ultimately affect our younger generation. Therefore, let the cinema be a healthier means of entertainment and communication, because it is the largest means of entertainment and communication. This is the cheapest means of entertainment. Therefore, the government also should serve guidelines to the filmmakers to at least avoid making those films which contain vulgarity, obscenity, and cheap entertainment. Because after all, the purpose of filmmakers should not be confined to earning only money, should not be confined to only commercializing their purpose. Rather, it should focus more attention on nurturing the society and bringing out certain change in the society. And that's what I feel. And that's what I feel, that Indian cinema must take up the responsibility of bringing and creating a change in the perception of the people through their manifestation. And therefore, let the cinema be the mirror of the society. As it is rightly said that literature is the reflection of the society, the films made by the Indian filmmakers should also reflect the problems of the society and should serve the purpose of teaching the people and boosting the morale of the Indian society, rather than creating obscenity and cheap entertainment. That is what I feel. Thank you.